It's Dragon Ball time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the SH Figuarts Juckie-Chun figure, or Juckie-Chun, or it has Juckie-Chun on the box? I remember they called him Juckie-Chun, but maybe they couldn't do that for the box because that would obviously be a little bit copyrighted. Anyway, the point is, this is Master Roshi, Mutant Roshi, in his alter ego, his little incognito outfit, which he got for the tournaments in the original Dragon Ball, because he didn't want anybody to know that he was entering that to test his students, where he eventually would go one-on-one with Goku, but yada yada yada, the rest is history. Now, let's have a look at the figure. Hey, Juckie-Chun. Actually a lot more fun than I thought, taking him out of the box, playing around with him a little bit. Stands at about 14 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we're going up to 5.45 inches tall? 5 inches. 5.5. Overlook in detail of the figure. It is the Figuarts story. Basically, the mold is very nice. You have a bunch of wrinkles in the face, and you have the black around the eyes, which is something sometimes I don't really agree with. Sometimes I'm like, eh. For this one, it doesn't really bother me that much. But they keep, in the past, they have been switching around with making this like a little bit like a brownish or like a light gray. You're not making any lines. So recently they have been doing like the thick black lines, and I guess that's what they're going with right now. And I hope they're sticking to something at some point. Anyway, love the beard mold. There's like tons of detail in there. Same for the hair. It's interesting to look at, but it would be even more interesting to look at if it had shading. And that's the other Figuarts problem. Sometimes you get shading, sometimes you don't. Well, this guy, you don't. And it is what it is. I don't know why it's so inconsistent and who or what decides if a figure deserves shading or not. But anyway, this figure is still pretty solid. He looks good with the white over here. The black is nicely done. I think that is painted on though. I was thinking those was some single pieces, but no. It is painted, as you can tell. Does a good job with that. The white is clean. Actually, there's a tiny bit of bleeding down here, but it's really, really minimal. And I'm not really complaining. He has a hole in the back. I don't know why he has a hole in the back. Then you got the white on the sleeves, which he can roll up. You have a roll-up sleeve accessory, spoilers, but that was a really cool idea. But we'll get to that. And you got, I like the sleeves and legs, ankle sleeves, yeah, something like that. And also you have some more skin tone peeking out with his shoes, which again has a tiny bit of bleeding. And I say like really, really tiny. It's not even a complaint, just something I'm showing you so you know. What I'm also a fan of is the articulation. For the most part, it is pretty simple, but it does get the job done. The head moves back, forward, does tilt side to side, and does go all the way around. And you do have, I feel like you have some neck articulation, but it doesn't have the greatest range in the collar over here. But as such, you can tilt it side to side, you know, for some battle punching poses when you get punched in the noggin on the side over here. And still forward. Ah! Yeah, spoilers. You can take the beard off and it's gone now, so you can't pick it up. Anyway, then we have the shoulder, have a big hinge in there, and the butterfly joint, which you can bring forward, and you can rotate it in this socket. It doesn't go as well forward as I would like, because they made this hard plastic. If they would have made this soft plastic, it would have gotten a lot more mileage out of that. As such, it's alright, but it's pretty limiting. You have a bicep swivel over here, and then the big ball joint, big ball hinge in the shoulder. It's enough, I guess, and I like the big ball joint that it doesn't leave any gaps. I wish they would have done that with the knees, which I'll get to, but you have another ball hinge in the fist, back, forward, rotates all the way around. Chest areas, you know, it's, I want to say it's disappointing, but what else are you gonna do with this? You have to do a lot of gaps if you even want to move this around. It is, you know, just pretty tight over here. You can't leave that much room. So as such, it doesn't really wiggle around. It does rotate if you give it a bit of a tuck, but be careful with it, because the mold doesn't really leave that much room. But you really have to wriggle it around on the top side to get it to move further. But yeah, overall forward and backward movement, it is okay. I think it's acceptable for considering that we don't have any room over here. That's pretty decent. Yeah, we have soft plastic down here for the legs, which again, this piece should have been soft plastic. Also, yeah, we would have gotten a lot better bend out of it. I guess I have too much Storm Collectibles on my mind. But anyway, leg moves forward, leg moves out to the side, and it does move to the back because it doesn't really have a butt mold under there. It is the leg joints that they're recently using a lot, which are back and forward motion is awesome. Side to side motion, it's still pretty good, but with some figures it's a little bit more blocking over there. Then you have rotation, the knee joint, it's molded straight. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know which looks better. I mean, this isn't awful, but I would have preferred probably just a big ball hinge in there. That's just me though, not a complaint. Then the foot does have a little bit of a pivot and back and forth just a tiny bit, and a toe hinge. But yeah, overall that one is pretty blocked because obviously it doesn't have any room to move around. So here you got an overlook for the accessories. You got like open, like kind of folded hands. This is the hand for holding the microphone. Has like a little bit of a hole in there. And then you got like open, blast hands, kind of more grabby hands, booby grab hands, peace finger, peace signs, and again this grabby hand for this tiny Dragon Ball. And the open chop hands, and then there's like the rolled up sleeve accessory. Let me see if I can take this out. I don't want to take the hands out right now because like it's just like, it's always fumbly bumbly. I hate fumbling around with it and then you don't see it anyway, so sometimes I'll just keep it in the box, sometimes I don't, depends on the size of it and whatever. See, I can't even get this microphone out, but there's the microphone. It is nice and detailed, paint job on is good, has some molded detail on the top part, and this little wire sticking out. Then you got the faces. You got like the yelling face and the yeah, how do I call this one? He saw a girl face. Yeah, that's basically it. And as I shown you earlier, well, as it happened earlier, you can always take the beard parts off. If I can't take this out, oh my god, this packaging, I hate this. All right, so you can always switch these around. So that does open up a lot more face options, which is a pretty cool idea. And I'm happy with that. Let's have another look at the Dragon Ball. It's just like, you know, I recently had Ginyu with the Namekian Dragon Ball, which was like so nice and shiny, but this one's just like, this one's just painted. It's not even see-through, it doesn't have any weight to it. It's a lot less interesting overall. That's gonna do it. That's gonna bring me to the final thoughts for this Juckie-Chun figure. Yeah, I do recommend this one because I don't really have anything to complain about it. Honestly, I do feel like it's a pretty basic figure in general. They didn't have to do much painting and whatnot. However, you know, what is there is done nicely. The articulation gets the job done for, you know, like a bit more of a bulky design without having too many gaps, especially in the torso and whatnot. Could have gone better if you made the chest soft plastic, but again, that's more like a Storm Collectibles thing. And the mold is great. I especially love the detail in the hair, in the beard. So overall, yes, like I'm saying, it doesn't really do anything wrong. As such, I will recommend it, but obviously if you're not really a fan, it's also a pretty niche figure. So, you know, for completionist, yes, overall, general, yes, it's a good figure, but some of you might not care, and that's understandable. In that regard, just, you know, it's an easy skip because it's not mind-blowingly amazing as a figure. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Juckie-Chun wants. Like a Kamehameha effect would be nice, but they stopped doing those a long time ago.